Yeehaw! Howdy, partners! Welcome once again to a mighty exciting episode of the Throne of Angels video blog. As always, I'm your host, Sheriff Derek Osborne, here to show you a world in miniature. Specifically today, a little Wild West Exodus. We have a pre-release version of the new box set, 2-player starter, Showdown and Retribution. As you can see, I am fully dressed for the occasion. Right. I don't have any cowboy anything. No hat, no boots, no 6-shooter. Hell, I don't even have a shotgun. But I do have a 2-player starter. And Lotso is my co-host today. So Mr. Palmer is still out. The poor guy is fighting a low-grade pneumonia. Has been for a couple of weeks now. For those of you who don't know, and it's probably all of you, Mr. Palmer actually has some dead lung tissue from an incident when he was a youth. So he goes down with a pneumonia much longer than any of us ever possibly could think about. So give him some love, some shouts, some sweet-ass positive thoughts or prayers or whatever you have in your back pocket to send Palmer's way. We do wish him good, and we wish him better, and we want him back here so we can play some games. Now, Lotso, what do you have to say about that? Sweet. Okay. Lots of love from Lotso. Today we are, like I said, looking at Showdown and Retribution, right? So basically, we've got Union, we've got the Enlightened, and a box set of awesomeness. I won't lie, I did open this like the instant it showed up because I was super excited to see what was inside, and it does not disappoint. So just to pre-warn you guys, we're going to do an unboxing right now, and then I'm going to assemble everything and come back and look at, then we're going to look at like the assembled models. So I'll probably be wearing a different shirt and quite possibly a different hat by the time we do that wrap. So with that, let's just jump right in and open this box up, shall we? We're going to start by saying thanks to Free Warren and the rest of the OnTableTop crew for not only inviting us to participate in the Global Gunslingers League. It's a slow grow league. We'll put a link to the details and how to get involved in the comment section. Plus, for providing this pre-release box and allowing us to bring it to you guys, well, probably on time. So let's take a look. Man, oh man, oh man, would you look at that? God, what a beautiful box. For those of you who've been around, you all know how much I appreciate good packaging. And I'll tell you, War Cradle does good packaging. Now, I'm sure some of you are asking, what's in the plastic tin? Well, this is actually all of my unassembled Warrior Nation stuff. If you guys caught the video a couple months now, where we brought Palmer in as a first-timer, right, new gamer. We talked about what games we'll be covering. Wild West Exodus actually is one of those games, right? So it's one of the 6 games that we will be doing various builds and games and, you know, all sorts of the things. However, I will not be playing Union. Palmer will be, and I will not be playing Enlightened. I will be playing Warrior Nation. So that's why they're out. They're just out essentially so I can get started on assembling some models. But we've got new rules. We've got new cards that are available for download on the website. We've got some new gubbins. We've got some new models. We've got a whole lot of new awesome. Let's jump right in. So the box comes sleeved, right? We have a nice, beautiful sleeve art on the front. Check out what's in the box on the back. I'm getting a nice hot spot there. Sorry about that. Look at that beautiful ass box. Man, like I said, War Cradle does packaging well. So we slide this off. What do we see? We see all sorts of stuff. We got 2 decks, right? 2-player starter. We need 2 decks. 2 sets of the dice, right? Yes, 2 sets of the dice. We have 1 set of new measuring tapes with, well, new measuring device. I don't necessarily think they're tapes, but again, new measuring devices plus a template or 2. And then a set of books. And I didn't open these, right? These are still in plastic. I figured, hey, we'll open something together. Woo! So we got obviously the quick start guide, We have Showdown at Retribution, the campaign. We have Wild West Exodus, the rules, the dystopian age, version 3.01, as you can see right there. And then we have condition tokens, 2 sheets of condition tokens. So we have bases, big ones for, you know, vehicles and things of that nature. We have bases, medium and small ones for your characters. We have a sweet ass set of clear plastic stands. Obviously they go on the bases for the various models that are off the ground. And then we've got a ton of sprues, right? So we've got 4 over here and 4 over here. So let's take a look and see what we got going on. Right now, again, the box, you've got essentially everything that is in the box. In the back of the box, there's your list with the hotspot. If you want to, you know, pause and read, go right ahead. But we'll have a look and see what we can't figure out on these sprues right quick. All right, so, you know, I am a huge fan of the old Iron Horse. I've got a Lawman Force that I have a ton of Iron Horses in. These are the new ones, and they are pretty sick. Right, so detail on these new plastics is great. Look at that, man. That's sweet. So we got essentially the same. Looks like the same sprue. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say we got 2 of the same sprue there. Is the third one the same one? Could very well be. Third one is the same one. So essentially what they've done, it looks like, they've made a lot of the parts interchangeable, right? So the various sprues probably have hats, heads, and bodies to make the different various models of both the Enlightened and the Union on this, or in this box set. So this is obviously character sprue. This is what looks like smash and grab, I think, probably right here. Yeah, that's definitely got to be him. And then we've got Tesla over here. I'm thinking that's probably, yeah, because we got the lightning bolts right at the lightning. So we got Tesla over here. Man, that's going to be a killer model. Well, not going to lie, a little jealous. Palmer gets to put that guy together and have some fun with him. He looks pretty sweet. So, what do we got? Some monocav. These are monocav Strider cav, if I remember correctly. You can put them together in either configuration, right? So you got the monocav there and then the Strider cav. So you want spiders? Do spiders. You want the mono wheels? Do the mono wheels. So it looks like we've got 3 of these bad boys. Yep, 3 of these sprues. So yeah, I mean that means all of our Tesla bots. The Eiffel, I didn't see Eiffel. He's probably in the character sprue because here's the legs for Eiffel. He's got to be in here somewhere, right? Yep, more than likely. But again, like I said, we're just going to do a quick unboxing, and then I'm going to put all this stuff together. Following that, we will be back here, well, you know, almost instantaneously due to the magic of video editing, but it's going to take me a few hours to assemble all this stuff. So, give me, well, like I said, it'll be instantaneous for you guys, so we'll just jump right back into it. Woohoo! And we're back. So I didn't get the whole thing assembled, right? I gave myself a few hours to get it done, and the character models are a lot of parts. Well, all the models are a lot of parts. And when I assemble, I clean them as I assemble them. So basically, I shave all the mold lines, I get rid of all the connection points, and I make sure that all the joins and everything line up properly. So I'm a little fanatical when it comes to assembling models. So this is all I got done in the time that I allowed myself. All the characters plus an Iron Eagle. So let's take a quick look at what was done for the Enlightened. We'll start with Mr. Gustav Eiffel. So this model is pretty sweet. If I played Enlightened, I may very well go with a spider core because, well, this is pretty cool. Or crab core, whatever. You know, basically a bunch of guys with the crazy ass spider legs, right? So I would build all of these guys as Striders. I could care less about monocav. Strider cav is where it's at, mainly because they match Mr. Gustav. Smash and grab's cool, right? This model was pretty sweet to put together. He actually looks like a lot of fun to paint. big and burly and angry with a craw and a hammer. And then we got Emily over here. Now, if I had to take a guess, I'd say it was no Guillet, but I have not had a French lesson in a couple of decades. So I'm sure some of you out there will correct me, as I am more than likely incorrect with the pronunciation of her last name. However, she's a pretty sweet model. She does have the whole twisted head thing going on there like the Exorcist, though, which is kind of creepy. But I guess that fits with the Enlightened. But again, I don't play the Enlightened, so that is probably going to be as far as I get with those models. However, I did start assembling Palmer's models for him. Dude, this guy is a badass, right? I mean, we're looking at Superman Tesla. He's in essentially, big ass freaking electro armor. This guy is just cool. I didn't attach him to the base because I don't know what Palmer wants to do with his bases. We actually haven't talked about any of it, and I didn't want to connect the electricity and glue him to a base without actually knowing what he wants to do. So Union Bell, great model. I think she's a little bit bigger than the last version, but I don't have a last version at hand. I do have the first version of Carl Fredrickson to compare him to the current version. As you can see, the Iron Eagle, it's got some killer details. This one was a pain in the ass to put together. Not gonna lie, it made me it didn't make me mad, but it definitely was something that required a lot of work. Now I just basically, there's a little slot on the bottom. Obviously all I did was just put that in there like that. It's not attached or anything, obviously, because again, not knowing what Palmer wants to do with his bases, I'm not going to make any decisions for him. Now we got Carl here. This is a great model. I actually really like this model. New cape or jacket. It is dope. He is cool as hell, but he is a little larger in scope than the original version, right? So this is the 35mm version of Carl from the first Kickstarter. Now I've not put him together because I got him without a head and never got a head back for him. So my Carl is obviously not quite complete. Will never be complete unless I just put a random cowboy head on him, which I could do because there are extra pieces in this kit. But as we see, the scale is a little different. So these are scaled up considerably, right? I would consider this probably a 40mm model. But, oh hey, let's take a look really quick. I'll be right back. So I went and grabbed my handy dandy little ruler, and sure enough, we are looking at roughly a 40mm version, just so you guys can see there without some, try to get it without the glare. There you go. He is obviously larger than the original Carl Fredrickson, excuse me. But that is a quick look at the character models and the Iron Eagle from the Showdown and Retribution box set. So let's hit that wrap right quick. And the wrap! So obviously we didn't see the Tesla bots or the Construct Iron Horse, but, well, that's alright, because we will see them soon. Well, maybe not the Iron Horse, but we'll definitely see the Tesla bots. I'm not going to put everything together for Palmer. He gets to do some work on his own. But that is a quick look at the Showdown at Retribution 2-player box set. Now, just a quick caveat here. This is a pre-production product, so parts inside may very well change. And I'll be honest with you, I would love it if they would actually do, so the quick start guide is just assembly instructions and cards. I would love it if they would do a quick start version of the rules and include 2 of those in there. I understand why they don't put 2 copies of the rule book in there, but for a 2-player starter box, 2 sets of quick start rules would be good. It also does come obviously with the campaign booklet that goes along with it. But with that, we do have cards still to look at. We'll see these as we go through and do some gameplay stuff. Lotso loved it. He told me himself, right? He was like, man, this is badass. And I was like, dude, you're right. This is badass. So, with that, you guys, when this hits, if it hasn't already, go ahead and grab one. Get started. Well, that is if you played Union or the Enlightened, where like I said, all of my Warrior Nation is in the box. That isn't assembled. It's going to get set up and assembled once we get the new rules read and underway. That is coming, looks like turn of the year. So, I said so once already, didn't I? Okay, with that, we're just going to call it a day, or actually an entire weekend. Thank you once again for joining us. Lacho loves all of you. And we will see you all in 2.